Oh hey. So I'm kinda quiet right now because I was finishing partaking in dinner. Well, not finishing, but finishing part that I started anyway, but yes. Yes, now that I know for sure and have made sure that I can reliably stream DS games, it's time for something new to begin. But first I need to get rid of a thing that I have in the background here. Also I see that Final Fantasy 12 intro I think started up. But before that... Okay, that was only 4 minutes, I thought that was longer. But then again I've only been streaming for about 4 minutes. And I've never even played Silent Hill. But, let me see. Do I need this to be open? No, I do not. This either, so let me see. How am I gonna do this? I haven't actually optimized the visuals for this yet, so this should be something of a first. Okay, make that bigger, and I know window capture works, but what about game capture? Will that work? Apparently not. Also it's quiet. I just realized that. I'll probably have to change that. So game capture doesn't work, but that's perfectly fine because window capture will do just fine. So I can do a bit at the top. There we go. No, not quite yet. This thing's getting a little bit ahead of myself, but yes, we're doing Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. I hope that this is an acceptable video configuration, because I can't really put these side by side without having the same problem. Also, this thing intro keeps wanting to start, but maybe not yet. Is my mic a little bit quiet? Yes. But not anymore. But yeah, we're doing this. We are doing Castlevania. For the foreseeable future, pretty much, because there are 3 DS Castlevanias, and... come on. And the last of those, which is Order of Ecclesia, is, I believe, pretty much the last game in the Castlevania canon before the Lords of Shadow thing started, so I'd say it's a fitting coincidence, but this is Dawn of Sorrow, which is the continuation, I can't speak right now, continuation of Aria of Sorrow, which was the GBA one that I did before. And I guess I'm gonna let the intro play now. Right after I remember that I needed to turn up the sound, goddammit. There. I had made it quieter because I was trying to grind some stuff in the game on my own time so I could show it off later, but that time has passed. So Selma's still the main guy, but the premise is a little different. Also the art is a little different. little bit less baroque and more kind of soft, pastel-y anime-like compared to Aria of Sorrow, but what's that all about? Well, we're about to find out. Also, I see my mouse cursor is visible. I guess that's alright, because I won't be having it over the window a lot anyway, but well, let's start the game. I already have one. Whoops. God damn it, I didn't actually mean to. Well, I can just do this. I thought. No, wrong buttons, there we go. I already have one clear game save, but I picked number 3 for a reason, because I wanted to reserve number 1 for right now. So I don't need to sign my name, so what shall my name signature be? How about... Perfect. So the story of this game is well more Soma antics. Consequences have never been the same. Well, Soma did have the power of dominance, but he hasn't really had a chance to use it since apparently demons aren't largely commonplace outside of the castles in this world. And here is Mina, the love interest. Mina Hakuba, who sounds a bit like Mina Harker. I wonder if that's a coincidence. He lied. It's been a year apparently since the end of Aria of Sorrow. The power of dominance, yes, to control monsters. We just went over this. So it might not be completely gone. And then this happens. That's all you're gonna ask. But yes, this is Celia. And we instantly know her last name as well. And in the middle of Tokyo, I'm supposed to assume, or forced to assume, this starts happening. And no one's around to see except these 3. But hey, look who's back. Arikado the Guardian. It's also totally not Alucard. And we get a knife. And the status screen turns up, so combat works pretty much the same way. And hey, wouldn't you know it, souls are coming out. And since this is the intro tutorial type sequence, we have to get these souls. It's impossible not to. Also, that's a big one. And the skeleton souls does a lot more damage than the regular knife attack. And you'll do even more with the golden soul. You get more than the staggering number that is 10. Alright. Well, a lot of the enemy sprites are reused in the DS games from the enemy sprites that were used in Symphony of the Night. I'm pretty sure they wanted to do that for the for Aria and the other Game Boy Advance ones too. But couldn't quite be done because the whole GBA color palette was different. And color capability were pretty much sprite capability. But apparently the Celia person is a cult leader, kinda like Graham from the first Aria of Sorrow game. Because wouldn't you know it, they want to resurrect the Lord of Darkness. They always do. And I want to eliminate him to make a new one. And some was told to stay away, but... But of course this happens. They've somehow found the cold space in a few days, with Hammer's info. Who apparently followed him there, without him noticing. And apparently Hammer's into Yoko. That didn't really come across as a thing in Aria of Sorrow, I don't think. And just like before, his first reaction to being in a monster-infested castle is to set up a shop. So here we are. We can't go back that way, because of the mighty barrier in the watchman's cabin, which is never occupied. And so we begin with the Lost Village. And just like before, well, we can cycle now with select between the map and the general status screen, I guess, to see what we are in the process of killing at the moment. Including the PPI, which looks pretty different in this game from its usual appearances. And a new thing in this game is that in Aria of Sorrow you can collect multiple instances of each soul, but it doesn't really do anything. But in this game, the more of each soul type you collect, if that soul has more than one level, it levels up. Like for instance, the skeleton soul has 3 levels. So if we max it out to 9 souls, you'll get to level 3. And what that does is basically improve it. Make it do more damage and such. Also, this is what the save rooms look like. And let's see. So there's a library. I don't think I even read this during my last run through. With lore about this game. And it has pictures, I didn't even remember that. So hey, a picture of Alucard. Right next to Aricato. I'm sure that's a coincidence. Even though I'm pretty sure that doesn't appear until certain something happens in this story, though. Hey, they have a thing about Graham. I did not remember that either. It was his failed attempt that gave Celia the idea of creating a new Dark Lord. Last year's battle, Bullet Souls. Yes, I know all about this. Vampire Killer, which presumably Julius has. And Dracula's Castle, which this isn't. Also the wargs, looking exactly like they did in Symphony. And hey, the X-Armor Soul. I don't always get that so easily. Well, I think I can say right now that this game is generally quite a bit more difficult than Aria is. Or at least more difficult in the sense that it takes a lot more effort to max out stuff and become as overpowered as you could become in Aria. Also here are Yoko and Julius, because of course they're here. And there's a Julius mode in this game as well, but this time there's actually a story to it. That's reflected in the gameplay, unlike the one in Aria. And Julius goes on ahead, and we're given the first magic seal. Apparently there are invincible monsters, but with the magic seals, well, let's give it a try. So this is part of the gimmick they have for this game. They didn't do this as much in the other DS games, but you actually have to draw a figure with straight lines each time you want to defeat most of the bosses. And well, there's only one way, I believe. Because the drawbridge is up, but there's water here right now. So let's return to where the save room was. Everyone's gonna follow us, but she's not gonna do anything. Also, I believe that if you look at the map in this area, there's a bunch of grayed out areas up at the top that we can't reach yet because we only have the shitty single jump right now. So let's save again. Time to check out that door on the left that I ignored before. And yeah, we need the magic seal to open certain boss doors, and we need them to finish off the bosses as well, so here's the first boss of the game, Flying Armor, who I believe his soul was in some capacity in... it was in Area of Sorrow. And he appeared in the animation that soul had, but you didn't actually get to fight him, but now you do, so it comes around. Yeah, but I'm just gonna say that Bone is a lot more effective at the moment, so pretty much all he does is fly around and throw the swords like that. So appropriately simple for a first boss. And then that comes up and you have to do this. But don't take too long out. Or if you fail to draw the seal in time, or you don't draw it right. I think what it does is give back like 50% of health to the boss, so you have to try again. And some of the seals get pretty ridiculous, so I'll be implementing the save state every time the seal prompt comes up mechanic soon enough. Yep, they will prepare new complex patterns for magic seals. And here we are. That place is too high to jump, but there is the flying armor and swords in the back. Which is a subtle indication that you need to try out that sword we just got. And also get a new weapon. I didn't change my my weapon to the sword, so I just realized that. Oh well. Oh yeah, we have the rare ring, I forgot about this. I'm pretty sure that because I have the emulator configured to have the GBA Area of Sorrow cartridge in. Which lets you that if you start a new game with it in. And there's a little Easter egg too that pops up in this next part as well. Pretty sure the strongest weapons in this game in terms of brute force are the axes, but a lot of them don't have the best range. So I'll probably be sticking to great swords for the most part, but well, I don't know. This will be after movies. Well, there's that corridor on the left. There was that part of the top that we can't get to yet, but we will soon enough. It's pretty much useless now, even if we could enter it. And down here is Yoko's shop. And there's that Mina doll in the back that's waving its arms. Which only happens if you have the Area of Sorrow cartridge in the GBA slot. which I've never seen in the actual console because I don't own the Diary of Sorrow GBA cartridge, so... Also apparently Hammer is across the way. Someone who's not supposed to be here showed up. What? Oh, he's talking about her. And she now has the ability to either free any souls that someone has acquired or fuse them with weapons and make new, stronger weapons. So, can we do any of that right now? I'm pretty sure we will. We can fuse the Armor Knight soul with the short sword to create a cutlass, but we only have one of those at the moment, so maybe not. Oh yeah, that's the hammer thing, wasn't it? First hammer in the game, which is a mace, but we need the needle soul to upgrade that, which won't come for quite a while. And sure enough, if we go just across the way here, here's hammer. Ooh, conveniently found just another room like this to set up a shop. Yep, Yoko's here. To investigate the cult, but... oh boy. And now he is selling a castle map, which we don't have, but I don't think it would be necessary. And these Uma news things, which are hints for finding the 3 secret enemies in this game. And we can't actually read them until we buy them, so why not? It's only 100. I'm pretty sure I want this too. So we don't have any worthwhile accessories at the moment. So that'll be all we need from Hammer right now. So, well, if we read this now, the abominable snowman discovered, and that's all it says. We paid 100 coin for that. But it is snowy out here. Should try to put 2 and 2 together. But the way to proceed into the next area is down here. Also we can sit down. Take a break. And watch as the foggy breath that somewhere has comes out. And that doesn't serve any purpose right now, but it does if we have a certain soul, which we don't have, because it's actually quite rare. I'm pretty sure that there's a breakable floor down here, but it's not actually breakable from this side because it leads to somewhere else. But over here there's a corridor full of zombies, which is the best place to grind the zombie soul. And there is a reason for that, even though it's relatively common soul. Also there's a mirror, and there's another mirror over there, which with something else on that side that we can't get. And I just got something else in eye. The cape or the scarf? Oh, I'm pretty sure the scarf is better than the cape, yeah. So, pretty straightforward so far. That will not remain the case for long. It's actually one of the more cryptic games in the series as to where you have to go in certain parts when it stops being linear. Oh, here's a student witch who turns into a cat upon death, and like in Arya, she gives you the soul to use cats as weapons. Because that's a great utility. But she does not want to give up the soul right now. Also, there's some 3D backgrounds, as you may have noticed. Not sure what the purpose of making this particular background 3D was, but I guess it looks alright. Also, after we pull that, the mode is drained. And now we're down here. But since we can't actually cross the drawbridge yet, have to keep going on right, straight forward ahead and enter the second area. The Wizardry Lab. Also this music. Also those are ghosts. They look kind of different in this game. And I do believe there's at least one boss returning from Aria, which is the boss of this area. And there's a couple bosses, I think, returning from Symphony. Oh well, I already got the Ghost Soul, which I believe is for conducting reconnaissance. What does that mean? Well, basically it means being able to float around in a ball like this, but not the best thing to do when there's stuff that's trying to kill you around. So you can look around without actually getting in the way of danger, but it only goes so far. Also the slimes. There's two slime type enemies in this game and both have pretty high damage absorption. Or not absorption. Well, I guess it's more muffling than absorption. That's what you would call it. Resistance, that's more like it, what I was trying to say. And the second one is a pain, but we'll get to that when it appears. Also, you might be wondering what all that stuff on the top of the screen is, with the crosses and the circle. That is all the elements that the attacks in this game can have, the weapons. And the circle, I believe, means that the enemy is weak to it, and the cross means that it's resistant to it. And the elements are, if I recall correctly, bashing, piercing, slashing, fire, water, electricity, darkness, holy, poison, curse, and stone. And the weapons that actually have stuff like curse and poison are kind of rare. But when you find an enemy that's actually weak to that stuff, and you have a weapon that matches, well, it has some pretty good effects. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a room up here that I just missed. With a manticore inside. Two manticores, actually. That just goes across. And there's a painting here that has eyes that follow you. Doesn't really serve any purpose beyond just being a dynamic background object, I guess. I think there's a couple more things like that in the game. Which I just do to look enticing, I suppose, but you can't actually do anything with them. And this pigman. It's the first of two pigman enemies in this game. Slaughter, the other being I can't remember his name right now. But it's definitely pig related, unlike this one. And we got the Summoner Cat Soul, so let me get that. And put that to good use right now. Kind of. And well, the pig enemies in this game are pretty much stand-ins for the were tiger and were jaguar enemies in Area of Sorrow, which Basically means that they attack mainly through straight punch and uppercut, and their souls allow you to have a strong straight punch and uppercut respectively, so... Which is what the Salt of War Tiger and Were Jaguar are observed it. Also, all those, I guess, blue-white ice blocks on the top, we cannot destroy them right now. And we cannot reach the right part of this room because of that, because there is a platform on the left that will move to the right if we ride it, but those blocks will stop us dead in our tracks, so we cannot get all the way over there. Not at the moment, oh boy. So I'll have to get back to that. But for now we need to get... oh boy. We need to get deep enough into this place to find out who the boss is. And I believe in this case deep enough means further down. Oh boy. And the bomber armors. Well, the armors in this game look different. They don't look like any armor in any other Castlevania that I've seen. So that's... I guess one opportunity where they had a chance to reuse sprites and they didn't. So props for that. Also, there's the new Frankenstein's monster enemy. And it's not a boss this time, kind of surprisingly. It does hit pretty hard at this point in the story or in the game's progression. And has a fair amount of health too, so... I really want to push it with my survivability right now. Which isn't helped by the range that the slaughterers have. So if I keep going down, well, there's one of them there. Now, rather. Apparently it's not hurts bad cats as much as the other enemies are. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure I don't want to be caught when it does that thing where it starts moving faster, because if he catches you, he pretty much grabs you and throws you for quite a lot of damage. Or at least, you know, relatively speaking, a lot of damage at this point. I'm trying to kind of rush through it now. Also, yeah, we have to go this way because we get a plot cutscene with the two other main villains of this game. Two have pretty distinctive appearances. So these are Dario Bossi and Dmitry Blinov. I don't know why they both have initials that are DB. Maybe it's a JoJo reference, I just realized that's probably it. Because that wouldn't be the only JoJo reference in this game. But they each have a distinctive power. Apparently, too, they don't desire the Dark Lord per se, but for God to be perfectly good, there must be a being of perfect darkness. One should emerge, yeah. That does match that logic. The power of darkness steadily grows faint. I don't know about that. I think all the shit that shows up in this game is proof that that's not the case, but... But apparently the way this is gonna work is... whoever beats Soma gets to be the next Dark Lord, of course. So off they go for now. Apparently, much like Graham, They were born at the same time as Dracula's demise. So, of course, they inherited some of his dark powers, that's how it works. Apparently they need to shatter Dracula's soul to become the next Dark Lord. Whoops. So now we're allowed to carry on. Pretty sure, yeah, here we go. The boss room is right there, and the save room is right here. That's mostly what I wanted. And we should be alright, because this first, or second boss rather, does have a pretty predictable way of attacking. So here we go. Pretty sure, yeah, it still uses the level 1 seal, which is quite fortunate. And there are more of those blue blocks. But they're not there anymore, most of them. And here is the boss. It's Balor, the giant from Aria of Sorrow. And much like in Aria of Sorrow, he tries to punch you with his giant fist and... Alright, we're supposed to go right when he does that. And tries to... annihilate you with his... unexplained laser vision. Oh boy. But if you learn what his swinging attacking patterns are, it is pretty easy to avoid. Oh boy. Not thrilled about the fact that he keeps doing the same thing over and over right now, though. He's supposed to have a laser eye attack as well, that he's not doing at all for some reason. Which you just duck under and you can hit him while he's doing it, so... I do kinda want that to happen. Ah, there we go. Because you have to be right next to him for him to do that. And apparently if you are right next to him, that's all he does. Well, so here's the next... Oh, that didn't work. Oh boy. Well, I thought I was gonna start save stating right before having to do that. With the second sigil on, but I guess not. So time to redo this, or part of this. 25% of this according to Nick. There we go. And his soul is an ability soul, which lets us break those blue blocks. Which somehow regenerated when we weren't looking, so of course you just touch the touch screen, which is totally what I'm doing right now. And they break. So now we can get out of this area, but might as well fully explore it first. Or at least to the extent that we can right now. There's kind of a big chunk of it that we won't be able to reach for a while. Because we need to go through a bunch of other areas first. But now, well, we leveled up, predictably enough. So things should be tentatively a little bit easier. Well, actually, there's more like 3 or 4 exits from this place that we cannot open right now because we can't open them from this side. Also, here's another chair. Alright, break over. Don't think there's anything that valuable to collect item-wise that's just kind of flying around right now, though. And to the right yet, yes I have, but I have to go there again anyway, because that's the direction that the way out, the the way out soon. Oh, that was a close one. That was a hit. And apparently you can interrupt the fire with the cat. Well, I haven't gone this direction yet. Oh, here we go. This is a warp room, which works how you would expect it to. And we can warp to this room, which is now unlocked. So that's how we unlock that. But back to our regularly scheduled progression now. Because if we can get past this room once again, now we can go back to the place with all the ice blocks. Also, I guess something else of note could be that this is the last. Well, I say the last, but I guess it was present for this in Symphony of the Night. Yeah, the last Metroidvania after Symphony of the Night that doesn't have English voice acting. Because Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia came after this one, and those had voice acting of both types, both languages, included in the same cartridge. Though how to switch between them is kind of an Easter egg. Also, let's preemptively get rid of all of these things and then go back to the left so that we don't have to worry about that later on. And now we can just sit on this platform and wait, it brings us over to the right side. Well, it's less sit and more stand, and when it is opportune, duck, because if not, you're not gonna make it. Is there a backable spot? Yeah, there probably is. Don't remember what's there though. Out here is the Garden of Madness, which is kind of at the castle center. And mechanics-wise, it's kind of like a castle center in Symphony of the Night. In the sense that you won't be able to get to the very center of it until the end game. Because it has a level 5 sealed door. And we don't find a level 5 seal until we've reached the throne room, or the room after the throne room, I should say. And that won't be for a while. Also these Skelerang, I thought their name was Skeleton Boomerang, but I guess just portmanteau of it. Apparently they cower if you're right next to them before they start their attacking animation, but if you're enough of a distance away, they attack you. Also, that was a Treant, pretty sure that those are only in this game. And we find the level 2 magic seal, which we will need shortly, but not in this area. So I'm pretty sure I have to go that way, so what's to the right? Oh boy, it's the Mandragoras, which are apparently too strong to kill in time right now, because once they're engaged, they burst out of the ground and attack like that. And of course their attack is a suicidal one, so can need their soul for something important though. So we'll probably grind that for or some time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Also that was the corpse with trying to emerge. That looks almost exactly like the Oon, but isn't. Also, if you let it emerge, well, it has more health and it pops out of the ground like this. It has a head and it spits grey stuff at you if the head is actually facing you, which I'm not sure why it wasn't there. Let's see if it'll actually do it now. Oh, there it goes. And once it has emerged, you can hit it either on the head or on the root. But no, I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. See, the Oon are slightly darker, the corpse Oon are brighter. Also, there is a useful soul that you can get somewhere in this area. Not sure if you can get it now, but there's Donkey Kong. And better armor. Pretty sure we don't even have the shitty cloth tunic item that zombies drop. So that's quite a welcome addition. I think this is, yeah, this giant slug thing called, what's it called again? Mollusca. And there's a level 5 door, which I can't open right now. And Donkey Kong isn't facing this way now because he faces whatever direction you enter the room from. And here's a Catoblepas, which is another reused enemy sprite from Symphony of the Night, and I'm very pretty sure he was called Gorgon there. Or he might not have been, I don't remember. There's at least one version of that bull enemy that's called Gorgon that has that sprite. Of that I am sure. These guys are new though, the Rikuda. The lightning shooting bird people. And there's this another soul that we will need for a certain purpose, but it's not that rare. Well, we don't have to get it to finish the game or anything, but we need 3 souls to hunt down the special monsters, which are the Mandragora soul, the Rikuda soul, and the waiter skeleton soul. But we haven't found the waiter skeleton yet. Also got a stabbing weapon, but I have a great sword right now, so pretty sure it doesn't do quite as much damage as what I have right now. Also there's better armor up there, but we can't reach that yet because we can't jump high enough. Oh boy. Can't forget that the barrels bounce as well. Did not just... Well, at least they bounce for a little bit. There's the soul I was talking about earlier. Hang on. Also, there's freaking skeleton farmers. They sow Oons and Mandragoras. I think there's like at least 1 Mandragora mixed in with every handful of Oons. But also apparently Hero generates his barrel when he's off screen for a bit. But this is where the doppelganger soul is, which lets us create 2 sets of equipment that we can easily switch between. So we can switch between what we have right now or nothing, just fists and no armor or anything. So I think we'll stick with this. That's the room I will go into. I think I might stop to grind more for a bit here for a certain purpose. We have 4550 right now. Pretty sure that doesn't match the number I am thinking of though. Oh hey, actually managed to beat the Mandragora before it exploded. Also that is Yorick. The guy who died in Hamlet, who is now kicking his skull around instead of monologuing with it. I'm pretty sure that if you destroy the skull before you destroy the body, it flips out, but it didn't happen this time. Also, that chest is kinda like the other chest, but it's not red, it's black. So that means it's a mimic, which has frog legs for some reason. I'm guessing that's like a common, or at least precedented thing in Japanese stuff, because I think I do remember some of the enemies in Mario 64 that are basically mimics, also having like frog legs. But, looking for a certain something. I thought I would have found it by now. But yeah, you can also ride the yellow part of the Cataplepus's armor without getting hurt. And use it as a platform, but apparently you can't slide through it or across it. Let me see if I can show what happens if... Yep, there we go. Starts running around like that. Also, there is another lack of save rooms between areas, or... Oh yeah, between areas, I guess is what I meant to say. After all, and here's the other entrance to that central chamber that's also guarded by a mollusca, but that we cannot open right now because it's the level 5 seal. I think the room I'm thinking about might be down here. Oh, fucking hell. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Down there is a gate which has 777 on it. And the way this works is... Well, if you touch it, it reads the last 3 digits of your money count. And if they match, that thing gets out of the way, so time to grind money for a little while, so I can get this open, because the item that's behind it, I'm pretty sure, helps with, shit. Oh well, I don't want 50s right now, I only want 10s or 1s. I only want 1s. But the item that's behind that door will help with grinding, as it raises luck. Hence why the number you need to open that is 777. And I need one more blue coin, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy while that thing is opening. And we get the 3 seconds suit, which is also a drop item from a monster, but... Well, I guess I'm gonna put this in my B equipment set. This, and the rare ring, and the claymore, I guess. I don't think there's like a lucky weapon. Or at least not one that immediately jumps to mind. And we cannot progress further down because there's water in the way. And we float in water right now, so can't traverse it. Apparently Soma lost his school asshole, I believe it was. Yep, school asshole from Area of Sorrow, which is what let him walk underwater. Also, that's the handgun up there. I don't think we can get it now, though. Can we even get back up? I think if we go the other way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that at the start of the next area there is a... Okay, no, we can't reach over there. There is a save room which I need, so let's go ahead and proceed. And here's the Dark Chapel, the obligatory church-like area. How it needs to be in a Castlevania game. Starting with Symphony, I guess. I mean, there was that kind of a churchy place at the start of 3 way back then. And there were a bunch of stained glass windows in Medusa's stage in the first game, but to get these tiny devils, which, if I am right, have range attacks. And we cannot get that sword up there yet. And that's a witch, an actual full witch. Which gives that spits that ranged homing kind of light attack. And her soul, if we can get it, allows us to do that as well. But apparently not right now. Also, unlike the student witch, the regular witch turns into a cat with a witch's hat and an owl riding on it. Or at least I'm forced to assume it's an owl. But let's advance for now. And yeah, that's what the tiny devils do. And here ghouls, I was gonna say, these aren't regular zombies, are they? No, they're not. Because they're blue, so clearly they are stronger. But not stronger enough that they don't die in one hit. And they drop rotten meat, I believe. Which is one of like 2 or 3 rotten food items that you can find. Which, if you eat under normal circumstances, hurt you, but if you eat them while having the ghoul soul equipped, they actually heal you. Also, that was the Amalaric Sniper, which I'm pretty sure is based on a mythical figure that slew a goth king. And I'm pretty sure that guy was also in Symphony, but his name there was Sniper of Goth, so you can see the connection. Also, that was a great armor. That guy was a boss in Aria of Sorrow, but not anymore. Also, I got the Ghost Dancer Soul, which raises luck and has 9 levels, so the more of them you have, the more luck that is raised. 2 for each soul, I'm pretty sure. So you can raise up to 18 luck by having that equipped. And there's more to explore further down and to the right, but for now I just kind of want to get ahead. Because there's stronger enemies down there. There's a Valkyrie. And I always thought this looked like it had to be a breakable wall, but I guess not. Oh, wait, ghosts. And I can't double jump right now, I forgot about that. But I thought you could swat the light thing out of the air, but I guess not. Well, there's another couple of bosses waiting for us up ahead. 2 bosses in a row, pretty much. But there's a reason for that. Oh god. Well, the double jump thing will be resolved shortly, I can tell you that much now. Hello? Oh, right, I'm using the B equipment set for some reason. Even though I don't remember changing it. Alright, so the boss is down there, I'm pretty sure. There's also stuff to see here on the right, but not too much. Also, there's a living tombstone that tries to kill you if you go near it. And I'm pretty sure that if you get far enough away from it, it gets dormant again, yeah, like that. And those things have pretty high defense to make up for their low HP right now. And here's a room with some extras. I almost forgot about that. You can summon Mini Devil as a familiar just like in Symphony. Here are some bells. We can kind of ring them by jumping on them. But there's a better way to do that we cannot do right now. And there's a high mind up, I believe that thing is called. But there's pretty much no use, I find. No practical use for the mana restoration items outside of certain boss battles. I'm pretty sure you can get that right now. Well, maybe not. We'll be able to get that easily, very soon anyway. Sounds like we need that right now. And it takes more than 4 hits, of course. But we are starting to run low on health, but that's perfectly fine because since there's a boss down below, there's a save room right here. Also, I almost fast forwarded through that, I guess, force of habit. And now let's see who is waiting for us here. We need the level 2 seal to open this door, but we won't actually need to use it during the fight, because you see, Dimitri's in here. Also, I muted the mic for a bit to take another bite. But yeah, well, since Dario is kind of implied can create fire, he can copy magical attacks. So I guess he's like Kirby but with skin contact. Or soul contact, or however magic works. Also, he apparently doesn't hate Soma per se, but he just wants to find out how far his Dracula inherited power can go. So now he fights you with the power he absorbed. Also, this battle theme is called Scarlet Battle Soul, also known as the Ahahaha song, or Ha song, and the reason for that will become clear presently. Also, well, he attacks you with the Cthulhu magical ball, which is kind of hard to dodge, so what you can do is hit him with the bone. And now he attacks you with that instead. Which still hurts, but not as much, or is harder to, or is not as hard to dodge rather. So he's quite good at moving around, but beyond that he doesn't really have a lot of variety in what he does. And you can outshot his bones out of the air, which I guess technically makes him stronger than the regular skeletons. But he's still easier to dodge than the giant balls. Well, I'm pretty sure too that there's a special attack you can do with each weapon. That's what I'll show off now. If you press A rather than Y, but it uses up some MP. Oh boy. But he can dodge that as well. Well, it's, I guess, doing initial runs, as it is with a lot of these games, a lot of these bosses are battles of attrition. Since they have a lot more health than you. Oh, shit. Well, if I get hit one more time, I can go ahead and heal. Like right now. I do have a few potions, luckily. And they are pretty cheap, so why not use them? Since they will suffice as decent healing items for this initial part of the game. But we'll have to switch to high potions later on. It's kind of unfortunate because the amount of money you gain doesn't really naturally increase as you progress through the game. Unless you have certain items, which, you know, isn't natural increments. Ah, there we go. But Soma doesn't want to kill him. But he just dies. And then this happens. Soma gets a black soul. But apparently it gives him no power. And he's just dead now. Pretty sure if you leave the room and come back, he's replaced with this guy, yeah. So we won't quite get to see his corpse again. And that is apparently called Quetzalcoatl. That was called like Quetzalcoatl or something compressed in Area of Sorrow, I guess, because they couldn't fit all the characters in there. But now that they can, they actually show its full name. It's kind of annoying to dodge, but because of how much room it takes up, but it's doable. And the reason well, it's a good idea to go back and save because there's another boss just up ahead. And a dead end, but we will get a useful ability from that boss. Also, there's a ring up there. I think we're gonna be able to get that after we beat this guy. And the guy we fight in here in the church organ room is Malphas, aka Karasuman, from Symphony of the Night. But this time he's a lot easier because he doesn't flinch every time you attack him. Or he's a lot less easier, I guess. Because in Symphony of the Night he pretty much had to keep attacking and he never had a chance to do anything. But not anymore. But then again, his attacks are pretty easy to dodge, you just need to know what's gonna happen. Does that, he does the blue feathers thing, and he also like summons crows, which he hasn't done yet. I guess he's about to do it now. He lands, and he summons crows, and then he tosses them in your general direction, but you can avoid that entirely just by getting behind him. Whoop. So again, it takes a while with these weak-ass weapons, but it is done pretty consistently. Also, I guess you need to get far enough away from those black balls, because they do home in on you for a bit after he fires them. So yeah, sometimes he just lands and doesn't do anything. Just wait for you to hit him, I guess. Because I guess he's given up at this point. Also, I need to draw the seal. And I need to do it right. And I need to do it right. Was that the way or was this the way? I'm pretty sure it was this way. Maybe it wasn't. There we go. But yeah, that's why that is necessary, I guess. Or at least for this particular setup that I have. I do find, you know, after emulating a few DS games that they do demand some precise movements out of you. Especially when doing stuff like that and stuff like Trauma Center, which is all about the precision. Oh, god damn it. Am I gonna be able to get this or not? Maybe not. But after playing a few of those games, like this one for instance, on an actual physical DS and on a computer with a mouse, it is a lot easier to, I guess not, to be precise and quick when using your hand to trace rather than using the mouse. So those tracing those magic seals isn't such a big deal in the actual game. The actual physical game, that is. So let me see. Well, we should hopefully be able to get this thing up here now to this belt. Yep. Power belt. Which lowers constitution, but that's alright. We get knocked around by everything right now anyway. I think Valkyrie has a rare soul. Which is a small detail I remember from trying to grind souls earlier.